In this episode of The Excursion, I'll be challenged with fishing, bowling, and family farm activities all over beautiful Lake Murray country, South Carolina. And if I succeed in these river, lake, and corn maze challenges, I'm rewarded with world-class Thai cuisine at Bodhi Thai Dining in beautiful downtown Lexington. But if I fail, it's the crew that gets this Thai-rific array of dishes. Let's get started. This is why they call Lake Murray country the jewel of South Carolina. Wide open fish-filled lakes scattered with sailboats, pontoons, and paddleboards, tranquil rivers and streams offering canoers, kayakers, and fishermen a peaceful, nature-filled experience, and a perfect mix of high-end and easygoing dining options all around from Lexington to Newberry. Lake Murray country, South Carolina certainly is a perfect destination to launch a two-part excursion adventure. Let's begin part one of our Lake Murray country excursion on the beautiful Broad River with the fishing expertise of smallmouth bass wrangler Mike McSwain and his fishing expedition partner, Willie Dial.
Most importantly, we're fishing for smallmouth. The water you're going to be on is known for smallmouth bass. It's a world-class smallmouth fishery, but there's very limited access here. We are very close to a standard metropolitan area, Columbia, South Carolina. But I mean, look around. You don't see any city life out here, and that's one very common thing from my clients is, I can't believe we're this close to a city.
But I'm not the only one fishing today. We got someone that Wes is riding with.
When I saw my co-guide Willie years ago, his 8-year-old son was standing on the seat of his boat, and I looked over, and this 8-year-old kid was on the topwater bite, and he was like jumping out of the boat, just like a professional fisherman. I said, man, that kid can fish. Then I saw him managing his boat in the river. I said, man, I sure would like to know this guy because he's a really good river guy. Since then, when we had 2 people go, we take 2 boats.
Okay. Willie's
been a fantastic, not just a business person out here with clients, very professional, but he can really fish. He lives on this river too. Today we're going to target 5 fish in the keeper size, so it'd be like we're tournament bass fishing. We're trying to catch 5 smallmouth over 12 inches that we call just a really good smallmouth keeper.
Okay, smallmouth keeper, you got that, Wes? I do. 5.
5 smallmouth that are keepers today.
In the boat, in the boat.
Oh, they have, that's right.
Yeah, I've counted the long distance release.
Mike and Willie are the perfect mix of good company and professionalism. And when I introduced this excursion challenge as an expedition, that's the feel we had going into this overcast adventure. The rain by no means hampered our enjoyment, and obviously doesn't bother the fish.
There's a bite, there's a bite.
Oh, you got one. There you go. Oh! That was one. You got it, Wes?
I was filming it.
My head was in the way.
So 3 wheels are winding during this excursion challenge, not just to increase the odds for me, but to see what the fish are biting on this particular day.
11 and a half.
Yeah.
It always changes, the levels, the type of lure. When necessary, the guides would motor upstream or even get out of the canoe and walk us up the rapids to get us where we needed to be. As we looked around during our journey upriver and eventually back down, we saw no other human being. No roads, no riverside homes or structures.
We are the only ones out here.
There's nobody, there's no access on this river, David. There's no public access. Nah, you got it.
Yeah! Oh yeah, he's fighting.
Small
in the
mouth.
boat.
Pretty fish. A little largemouth.
12 inches?
11 and a half.
Oh! You're getting the smallmouth.
It's a small
smallmouth. It's all right, we work our way up.
You said you wanted fish with small mouths, right? This
Yeah.
is one. Oh, he's 13. Woo, what a pretty fish. Man, that's a pretty fish.
Yeah? All right, we got another.
Double up, Willie.
Come on.
Got her.
There you go.
Nice one. Largemouth. First largemouth today.
When we go fish with people, obviously our goal is for them to catch fish.
Yeah.
He's going to fish hard today because we have a goal in mind. We're looking for patterns. Maybe whether the swim bait is more effective than the plastic, or maybe they're hitting top water.
And speaking of lures, there's one particular one that Willie makes himself.
Well, Willie makes a wide range of stuff, but his little company, he makes a fantastic shaky head type terminal tackle rig that's been very effective on the river.
Fish, yeah.
12 and a quarter. Stay tight on him, my friend.
Okay. All right, all right.
Good, David. Willie's jig.
Is it? Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty.
She's definitely 12.
Yeah.
Pretty fish, David.
Thank you.
What'd she hit? She hit that yum dinger on Willie's jig. That's good. Oh, she's easy. She's 13.
That's another one for Willie.
No, that because it was his lure. Yeah.
Good fish, David. Why am I
It
holding
is,
it?
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, this is not going to edit well.
I do not need to get
There we
photographed of that fish. That was all him right there. He didn't even have any.
Woo! Broad River smallmouth. Thanks for the lure, Willie. There she goes.
You're seeing there what a smallmouth tug's like, because that's not really that big a fish. He's 2 pounds. Good, let him fight. 2 pound smallmouth tugging like a 5 pound fish. In the boat.
And the boat. Woo! Got a little 5-minute drought there, but then this guy came. 5 minutes is not a long drought, I'm just saying.
I like that.
He might have given the best fight.
He was strong. That was a strong fish. I thought it was a good bit bigger.
And another fish was joining in.
I did see another bite out there. It's 14.
14.
That's 14.
14.
You better check in with Wes.
That's 3 keepers for me alone, Wes. I saw you fishing. Did you catch anything?
I just started.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I know. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Yeah.
It's pretty open
that
water.
was sneaky.
It's pretty open water right here. Just keep it bent. Keep it bent.
Okay.
Keep it bent.
Oh, yeah.
I like her over there because when she's ready up on top, you can slide.
Woo! That is over 12 again. I guess got to hang on to him.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Can you take a picture of this double?
Oh, yeah, we got a double. We got a
my
double.
goodness.
Yes.
This fish pales in comparison to that one. Look at the girth and the tallness of that fish.
That's a beauty.
That's a Butte, Clark.
That's a Butte, Clark. Smallmouth has a big mouth because it's a big fish. I think my fish was chasing your fish.
Might have been.
See, let's see. Yeah, there you go. He's like, I see it. You're dead when we get back in the water, buddy. Feeling good. I think it's this lure. I'm just saying. What is that?
17 and a half. A little bit bigger than I thought.
After nailing our excursion challenge and me landing 3 of those keeper-sized smallmouth myself, Willie boated a massive catfish that seemed to pull their canoe back upriver.
Multi-species, baby.
Multi-species.
Oh,
yeah.
what a
Whoa!
nice fish. What a nice
Holy
fish.
smokes.
Y'all hungry?
Yeah.
Then Mike landed a Broad River gar that looked like some prehistoric river dolphin. And right after the gar, Mike added a sweet largemouth bass, his second of the day, caught on a rattle trap lure right before concluding our 4-hour journey.
Woo! I think your smallmouth is bigger than this.
It might have been, yeah.
15-inch fish. Your smallmouth is bigger than this.
Overall, success for me, and a perfect 10 for the guides Mike and Willie of Broad River Smallmouth. When we return, Wes and I dry off and join Tom at Stars and Strikes in Irmo for a little bowling extravaganza.
You make me come alive.
I've never felt so free.
Can't get you off my mind. There's still so much to see. You bring out the best in me. Hey! You make me come alive.
There's still so much to see.
You make me come alive. I never felt so free.
After landing a slew of smallmouth bass and a few other interesting Broad River inhabitants with the guides of Broad River smallmouth, the crew and I journeyed to Irmo in the entertainment-filled utopia of Stars and Strikes.
Stars and Strikes, obviously. We hear the bowling, but you walk in and it's sensory overload.
We're family entertainment. First and foremost, what we try to do is make memories for families.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of everything. We got bowling. As you can see, we have an arcade. We also have a great kitchen restaurant area.
Absolutely. I mean, you walk in, everything's new. These games are new. There's games I haven't seen and some classics too.
Yeah, the arcade area is great. We do. We have everything from Pac-Man all the way up to the newest VR games, which are fun.
All right, and this is cool. We're in the bowling area now. You have your classic bowling style, and then we have more of our interactive. Tell me about the bowling.
Yeah, it's called Spark. So it's actually an interactive bowling experience. We have projectors hooked up to the lanes so that as you're bowling, it interacts with the ball. When you roll the ball down the lane, it could be a trail of fire coming behind it. It could also have, my daughter's favorite game is there's a unicorn and then stars start falling outside the unicorn when you're rolling the ball.
Oh, nice.
So there's fun stuff. There's monsters. It takes your picture. So it really is immersive. It's really the best way to describe it. It's a whole different experience.
Our new friend Bradford knew the show and was well aware of the challenges. So Excursion Challenge number 2 was in the works on the seemingly intergalactic Irmo alleys of Stars and Strikes.
I heard your crew's, been playing bowling for a long time, so I figured.
Yeah, what did you find out about Tom?
Well, I heard Tom went to college for bowling. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's what he told me. So he got a full scholarship right for bowling. So
Wow.
I figured he'd be up for a challenge.
Yeah.
So after your first round, whoever had the lowest score gets to play with the kids' ball.
Wes. No, he's actually beat me before.
Has he?
It was the worst game of my life, but he beat me. So this is redemption. Okay, so I'm leading the first round. Wes had a rough round. That means, as the challenge goes, he bowls with the 6 ball. You gonna throw it overhand?
Maybe.
Oh, look at those teeny little finger holes. That should fit.
Hey now.
I wasn't paying attention. I actually bowled when it was Tom's turn. I got him a 9, he got a spare, but these guys are pretty upset, so I'm being penalized. I'm gonna bowl with Wes's ball, also known as the 6. Oh, no, I hate that ball. Oh, it ruined my game. All right, now I gotta, oh.
No, you still have to bowl with the 6.
I can't bowl with the 6. Uh-oh. Yeah! Redemption! Sorry. Final roll, sitting at 178. I've been practicing ever since I lost to Wes 2 years ago. Not losing this time.
180. That's appropriate.
Even with a resounding score of 180, screaming victory over 6-ball Wes and no turkey Tom, our Stars and Strikes challenges were just getting warmed up. Off to the Vegas-style arcade where the 3 of us set out to smash every high score in the building. From skee-ball, to Pop-A-Shot, to this insane Halo game. Look at us. Space Invaders, air hockey, you name it, we rocked it. Except Space Invaders, much more complicated than I remember. Regardless, we were overloaded with good times and camaraderie and couldn't wait to come back when we were off the clock. Of course, it was hard to call this work in the first place. When we returned, we journeyed to Lexington for a final family farm adventure.
felt so free.
Can't get you off my mind. There's still so much to see. You bring out the best in me. Hey! You make me come alive.
There's still so much to see.
You make me come alive. I never felt so free.
Success on the water and in the lanes. Part 1 of this 2-part Lake Murray Country excursion has been a resounding success. But the challenges aren't over yet. Let's journey over to Lexington and the Clinton Cease family farm, where classic family fun takes center stage.
I am the second generation of the farm, okay? And actually, my dad started back in 1940. He bought it from my mom's uncle, and so I guess it was a family thing then, so they started in 1940, and I took it over in 1978.
And this is not what it looked like in 1940, I'm guessing.
In 1940, my dad had a mule and dynamite to help clear the land.
Wow.
He didn't even have a tractor until about 1950.
It's got to be great for the folks in this area. A throwback in a way, but there's also some very creative new things out here for people to enjoy.
We try to keep it as much farm-oriented as we can. A lot of the playground equipment is old farm equipment that we converted into playground equipment. We want people to come out, we want to see things growing, we want them to see animals. So we want them to know that their food doesn't just come from the grocery store, it's got to come from somewhere else first.
There's a little bit of corn over there.
That little bit of corn makes me more money than any corn I'd ever grown.
I bet it does, I bet it does.
It's 8 acres, a little over 3 miles of trail. And the object is to go in there and get lost. But we give you a pole with a flag on it when you go in there. So if you do get lost, you wave your flag, and I have employees out there, and their job is to watch for flags and assist people in getting out. It's an educational corn maze. This year it's about first responders, so it's got stations in there. You've got a pamphlet, you can fill it out, get a correct answer, and might get a little prize. But the main thing is go in there and have fun.
This was seriously too much fun, having the entire farm to myself just days before the fall season began. So after exploring the giant first responders themed corn maze and the corn snake,
that's exhausting because you have to go through the whole thing like this.
And conquering just about every big and small playground activity, including the Army Ranger wall and the tricycles.
Oh, watch this. Yes!
I immediately took to the tube slide. A high-speed thrill that ended with an unexpected soggy bottom splash.
No!
Regardless, I got back up and finished off the Clinton Cease Family Farm challenges with a 2-minute limit to conquer the tire maze. So the Olympic sprinter within me was summoned, and I finished, yet again, victorious. Soggy bottom and all.
Corn maze, tire maze, corn snake, rock wall slide with wet bottom. Oh, this thing, once it gets moving, yeah. The Cease Family Farm is like an Iron Man. You gotta train to accomplish this.
When we return, it's reward time in downtown Lexington at one of the most highly acclaimed Thai restaurants in the South. Slaying the smallmouth, out bowling the boys, and sliding into a farm fresh finish, my Lake Murray Country Excursion reward was ready and waiting. And for that, we journeyed to downtown Lexington, South Carolina, where, rain or shine, the town is bumping, especially on nights when the Ice House Amphitheater is bringing the music. The food trucks follow, and several other family fun sideshow entertainment options are also hanging around to join in the fun. And right down Main Street is our final reward destination. Bodhi Thai Dining is a classic standalone building that was once an old bank. And how about this? The vault is where they now store the wine. This place has won several awards, and after meeting the friendly staff, I quickly understood why this place has such an amazing reputation and learned where the name Bodhi comes from.
The Bodhi is come from the holy tree that the Buddhists worship this kind of tree because it's very important in the history of Buddhism. In former times when the Lord Buddha was born, enlightenment and Parivana in India, he did that under the holy tree that we call Pod in Thailand. But here we use English name Bodhi. From chef, sous chef, and all the servers, the bartender, everybody happy working together. So that's why it's fruitful.
The crew and I also explored the trendy bar in the back and watched as these unique and creative dishes kept coming our way.
The fried wonton, kind of like an appetizer in my country. So like long time ago, inside have like a chicken, shiitake mushroom, onion, like water chestnut, and we saute, make it like the filling, and wrap it and fry it too.
And you eat the whole thing?
Yeah, so you get all the flavor in one bite.
Tell me about how you do the duck.
The duck, we braise it for like 1 hour first in like a Thai flavor, and then we fried it too, make it outside crispy. The scallops have a cream corn, parsnip puree, then pan-seared scallop with tamarind gastric, and put some microgreen and radish on top. Pad Thai, so if you go to like the other Thai restaurant, like they make like stir fry, so we like a little bit deconstructed, so we make like egg crepe to wrap it outside, so it keep the heat inside all the time, and like for presentation too.
Well, thank you, Chef. I know you got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Your food was
you.
fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
And even though I easily won this excursion, my compassion overcame my grief. So both Wes and Tom were invited to partake in my Thai-inspired excursion reward. Gentlemen, this is how you end an excursion right on Main Street in Lexington. Gorgeous. This is quite different, isn't it?
It is.
It's getting cold, so we need to end this. You know I won, right?
You did.
I won, many ways. But you bowled well. You got what was it? 56. And you were
56.
the collegiate bowler, gave his all. And then there was me, 180. Complete 180 from many excursions. I win. Let's chow down here at Bodhi in the heart of Lake Murray country. Ready, guys?
Let's do this.
All right.
I almost got it.
Part 1 of this Lake Murray country excursion is now officially complete. I'm David Zelski. See you soon for Part 2.